Recording. What's up, Skull?
All right. Hello, hello. We haven't been here talking for 20 minutes.
Oh shit.
Uh,
What is up?
yeah.
I guess this is
Welcome
episode one
to
of Dweller Talk.
random bullshit.
So I do want to say
uh,
that I don't know where the fuck Lou is, so I think Weirdos is just down to me now.
well, I mean, I'm sure Lou's around. You can't really go too many places when you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he got murdered by One Sonic. I'm just telling everyone that. One Sonic came and killed Lou.
Oof, big F.
What fuck?
Yeah. What should we start our discussion about?
What have you been doing outside of stalking Cyrex every day? What do you do in your personal
Uh,
time?
well, lately just writing. Trying to finish up this new XUX song with Shrimp, which you've heard.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
we still have to do the mixing and stuff. Like obviously, I haven't gotten any of his vocals yet. He's just doing the writing portion of it. The instrumental is done, and then once I get his vocals, hopefully it'll all meld
That's
together.
the
But
rap project,
uh,
right? Rap metal project.
yeah,
All right, so
yeah, it's like rap metal.
I want to say, I heard the song he sent me last night, and I feel like his, just his vocals and that beat do not match. Like it needs to, like I think the beat
Yeah,
needs to be
yeah. He told
heavier.
me that you had a bit of criticism of that, but another thing you have to think about too is I'm going to be mixing it a lot, and I think once I mix the vocals in, it'll fit a lot better.
I just think the beat has a different sound than what he is coming with, and like they both work for
Yeah,
what he's going for. It's just there's some tweakage needs to be done.
yeah. Well, the first draft that he sent me it had a lot more screaming, and I'm like, we need to fit more rap in there. I think because it like my plan for it was like every 4 bars switch to a different style, and that's kind of what I told
I
Shrimp.
like
Like
that.
variation, yeah, variation, and we're still writing, so obviously, but I think that's the main key. Is like I sent him a Ghost main track and how he switches up in between different things. I think different flows would make the song because the beat's very simple and repetitive. Like it barely has a melody to it, and I feel like switching it up every 4 will make the beat flow a bit better.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I just gotta, gotta see what the later stage of that product would be before I can continue criticizing.
Yeah, yeah. Because originally he wanted a Little Darky type beat, and he sent me a bunch of Little Darky, and trying to emulate that, it kind of came out more as almost like a Ghost main kind of thing. And then eventually, when the industrial shit I started adding, I was like, oh, this is just perfect for a new XUX track. We haven't released one since Violate and Decimate,
Yeah.
and I know people were pretty happy with that. So we even made like a little art thing for it, and once I finish up everything, I'll make a video. But yeah, so just doing that and fucking I've been reading like World of Ice and Fire,
Oh,
going back
so
into
you're
that.
reading what was that, Game of Thrones?
Yeah, this is like the world book that like it's like an encyclopedia of shit that's in with like drawings and shit. It's a really nice book.
You just want to see
I've
the
been
tits
reading
in those
that.
drawings, right?
Unfortunately, no tits to be found.
Gay.
That and playing Terraria. 1.4 got released on console, and I've been having fun with that. I pretty much beat everything except like 1 or 2 bosses. But also, Dusk is coming out soon for console, and I'm very
Dusk.
excited for that. It's like a Quake
Oh
One
yeah, yeah,
esque.
yeah, yeah. I watched G-Man's
Yeah,
video.
yeah. I have that pre-ordered for the Switch, so that'll be cool. But what are you doing?
See, I've been trying to play New World, but a lot of shit's going on, so I just literally do not play many games.
I hear you.
I just been sitting on my computer most of the time, just staring at my screen, not doing shit. Top 20 trap
I
metal artists.
Honestly, I fucking hear that, man. Like a lot of like I've been working on this like commission for Jester, and I've just been stuck. It's just I'm trying to get into this mindset to make this certain style that I'm not acoustic, not acoustic. Jesus, I'm not like used to doing, and it's just everything's pulling up a blank.
Yeah, well, that's because you suck.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
That is
like
true.
I try, like I keep trying to get back into music, and it's like, well, I'd rather just edit a video or just do something stupid. So I'll record, delete, then sit back on YouTube like I am right now, finding weird music.
Yeah, that's one of the things vocally. I can kind of get that because like I've been sitting. I have a Corpse God song ready to go. I just need to do the vocals for it, but I just haven't had the urge to take a day and like not smoke and just go and record vocals. You know, that's
Is
why I'm
that
kind of
so? Is weed a
more.
hindrance?
Well, not weed. I'm talking about like hookah.
Oh, that a hindrance on you?
Well, you don't want to smoke and scream
Yeah,
at
you
the same
do.
time.
Why wouldn't you?
Usually, I take the day and have like some tea and like drink a lot of water, and then after the warm up day, the next day is the record day, because you just don't want to jump right into it. But I just haven't had the urge to do it. That's kind of why I'm excited to do the XUX shit.
Yeah, like every time I start working, like I'll work with you a little bit, I'll get excited, and then I get sick of. Do you see this thumbnail right here?
Scary Movie 3.
Yeah. All right, that just caught me off guard. Every time I start working on music, like I think I could pull a verse up maybe, but I'll write something, enjoy it, I'll record it, hate it, rewrite it, and just I've changed like for that one thing I'm working on. I've changed it 3 times now.
I was telling a friend of mine earlier today that like I have whole like albums done, but I just don't feel like using them. Like I recorded a whole album's worth of drums and programmed them note by note. And the thing is, I'm not just putting it in pre-quantized. I'm putting it in free form because you really want to get that kind of human error when you're recording or programming drums.
It
And
doesn't
I have a
sound
whole
too like automatic. That's
yeah,
not the word.
I don't really because if you do it too quantized, like it sounds like a computer. So you want to have that like fuck up in there like occasionally to make it like flow. And I told Shrimp the other day, I'm like, I'll send you over all the drum tracks if you want to fuck around with them because I'm not going to use them because I changed the direction I was going with Corpse God. Uh, so it's like,
So is
I
this
know the
something you're
thing about
gonna
sitting on.
never gonna
Huh?
return? You're never gonna return to those drums?
No, no, because the sound is much different. Like originally, it was going to be more genty metalcore, like high, fast pace, a lot of like chugging, and the new Corpse God is more sludgy and atmospheric. And I don't want to go to the stereotypical like gent thing. But I know
I got
Shrimp
you.
has a ton of like side projects, so I feel like he could do something with them. But it's just I know what it's like to just sit on like a mountain of ideas and just never develop them.
Like on my iPhone, dude, I've had some of my best bars I've ever wrote. Like I do recycle and reuse when I'm trying to, prove a point with lyricism.
Yeah,
And
as everyone does.
that iPhone is fucking gone, and I'm so upset I don't remember. Because I wrote a verse that was themed around a certain point in Red Dead Redemption 2, but it also paralleled like something that happened in my city, and
Hmm.
fucking it's gone. I'm so upset.
I'm gonna get you a little cassette recorder, like one of those like old school ones you can
Like
carry around with you.
I'm gonna use it just like I use my vape. Just hold it in hand and just click it every 10 seconds. Just blah 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 blah. That might actually
Yeah,
work.
yeah. Honestly, it's probably more reliable considering like how most phones nowadays have programmed obsolescence. You know, iPhone
Yeah.
shit, like, the updates just fuck your battery towards the end of its life. That's why I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Analog's the way to go, man.
I don't know. I haven't, like, if I could record a lot of this shit I freestyled at work, I'm pretty sure that I would have a pretty decent album, but I don't. Music is not where I wanted to head. Like, it was something I wanted to work on, but not somewhere I want to go.
I think that's basically like with me that one of the things is like at this point, like, yeah, I've made a little bit of money on it, and I want to keep making it's definitely the direction I want to go. But like when I first started making music, I wanted to be a vocalist, but now I'd rather just work behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah,
just fucking, who wants to be fucking famous or whatever? Like, if it happens, it happens. But you shouldn't go into music just with no other goals, I guess. You know, it's always good to have a backup plan.
I agree. I always try to tell people, like, the best piece of advice I can give to anybody would, if you want to go anywhere in a hobby, diversify. Because if you shoot
Yeah.
for one goal, you're going to spend your whole time just aiming for that one thing, not diversifying. You're only shooting that because that's hopes and dreams, but the realistic nature of it is, if you go somewhere, it won't last long unless you move forward and, expand anyways.
Yeah, and I guess one of the other things is like there are so many days where I just do not want to write, and I'll force myself to do it, and then I realize like, oh no, I shouldn't do that because it won't come up with anything fucking good. And it's like if I had to do that and I only did that and did nothing else, I just would, yeah, I'd blow my fucking brains out.
Yeah. See, it also kind of carries over to my video game habits because I have AD, like, it's my ADHD also manifests in video game form, in project form,
Hmm.
rap. Like, that's why I have 3 different stream projects going on, just because I need to always be doing something different and new when I want to at will.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, also you have your job too, like on top of all
Yeah.
that,
Fuck the
and that's a thing, man. Like, you know, with me, like I have to start doing more commissions lately, just because like I got to get some extra cash set aside, you know. Especially, you know, I always around this time of year, I'm always thinking like ahead. You know, what's this gonna be in like 10 years? Where the fuck am I gonna be? You know, be homeless or something.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. But yeah, I think you can have like a regular form of income, no matter the size of it, with missions and stuff. And
Yeah, and I
branching
still
out
get
into
money
different
because of my
directions.
I still get money from my accident and shit, because we won a lot of money in the lawsuit after that. But you
You're
know, it's
static.
it's something that I need to like I still need to like get more, because even though we do own this house and it goes to me when my parents are gone, like then I have to like hire fucking I'll probably have to hire a maid or something to help me take care of the fucking place.
Or we get famous somehow, and then you can just hire hoes.
Hire hosts.
It's like, I only want to be famous so someone can wipe my ass.
Well, thankfully I can do that. That's the easy part.
But you don't want to do that. That's why you want to be rich and famous.
I don't know about famous, but rich would be nice,
Well, I
especially
think
living up
fame
here.
comes with being rich.
Yes and no. I mean, it depends on how rich. There's rich and then there's rich, you know?
Well, rich in the sense where you just call it rich. For me,
Uh,
being rich is being able to take a 2 week vacation year every year. I mean,
I haven't
or
taken a vacation since before my fucking accident, dude. I, I would love to, but I've actually never left the fucking East Coast.
yeah, it's kind of. I vacationed a couple times, but I stopped at a certain point when I started working because I worked. And then now it's at the point where I could take those long vacations, but some factors, it's
Yeah.
like, well, there's really no point anymore. Plus, it'd just be a pain in the ass, anyways, with today's time, 2020, 2021.
Oh yeah, I mean you get your fucking COVID shit and all that too. It's like the last vacation I went to was Foxwoods. Do you know what that is?
I do not.
It's like a casino up here in Connecticut. And we used to go there all the time when I was a kid, and that was the last one I went to with my best friend who had just turned 21 at the time, so he could gamble. And I remember I got so fucking drunk because my friend went to go gamble, and I was playing Halo Reach. Um, and every time I died, I took a shot of Gentleman Jack. I was done. I was shit faced. I remember talking to my friend about the girl I was fucking at the time, and I'm like, oh man,
Yeah. My
fucking
my
hell.
last memorable vacation was, I want to say, 2014 maybe, and I went to Maggie Valley, North Carolina, and it's literally in the mountains. Like, it's just mountainous, isolated, but it's a vacation destination, so there's a lot of like cabins on the mountainsides. But I went and I brought I brought a bag of mushrooms with me, and I found there. At first, I picked these mushrooms up off the ground, and I'm like, oh, these are pretty cool. I took them inside, and then I looked at my mushroom bag, and I found some really rare growing mushrooms, and I didn't eat those there because I pretty sure I had to dry them out, and I don't know what I did with them after that. But they had
Some rare mushrooms.
yeah, they had the psilocybin. They had the purple little nipple on the top, or whatever color that shit is. Pretty sure.
See, I don't know jack shit about mushrooms.
Let's look it up. This could be in the
Yeah,
edit.
I
later.
the main drugs here. Last I checked, we have your cocaine, you have your crack, obviously. You have heroin, which is a big one. A lot of people around here are prescription junkies. And I remember like not too long ago, I I was dating this one girl, and she doesn't talk to me anymore. It was on pretty bad terms, and her sister, who hated me as well, hit me up on Instagram. Was like, "Hey, can I get some of your oxy?" I'm like, "No, the fuck would I give you this shit?" I'm like, ugh.
So she really, like, someone really hit you up to try to get your oxys and shit.
Yeah. Like I'm just gonna no, like the fuck. And again, the last interaction I had was them like telling me that they wish I died during my accident. It's like, well, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna sell you or give you oxy. Jesus Christ.
It sounds like it's crazy. My experience with oxy was pretty fucking insane. The only time I've ever taken it, got a hold of it, was I had a friend, and that friend was house sitting his cross street neighbor, who had a dad that was like old and was on some shit. What was it? He was on Oxy 80 and something else, and he had back issues, but he never took the oxys because he liked to drink instead. So my friend went and took like 3-4 bottles, and then from there we had a few hundred each, and that kind of ended our friendship also, because he got back with an ex that he really cared about, and I just started selling them. And this dude was desperate for money, so he sold Oxy 80s that in my city they go for $80.
Yeah,
Lowest-
around here I think it's like 60 for a pill.
Yeah, I like it gets
It depends though on the
80
milligram.
to,
Though.
it's 80 to 60 for an Oxycontin 80, or whatever they're called now.
Well, I don't take Oxycontin. I take oxycodone, which
Oh
is
yeah,
like
oxycodone's like, it's
yeah,
a weird
off
price.
brand of it.
Some people sell it
Yeah.
per milligram. Some people sell it like 50 cents a milligram. I don't know.
Yeah, like
Pain pills are varied based on the city and how plentiful they are to get in the city.
yeah, I've never sold that. When I was a teenager, I sold coke, and that was about it. And God, I don't even remember jack shit about that. I was just a dumb kid who had friends in the hood, but you know.
Well, I was selling them for 20 a pop, and everyone loved me. My buddy sold like 60 of them for 20. and whoever he sold them to probably shit, pissed, and came all at the same time with that deal, because that's like someone handing you a gold brick for a pack of cigarettes. Like, it was nothing.
I used to have a friend, a family friend in high school who made like homemade vodka, and I remember selling
Potato
that.
vodka.
Yeah, I remember selling that. I think it was for like 40 for like a water bottle full of it.
That is overpriced.
It is, but teenagers.
Oh, it's just, dude, I
Plus,
made that before.
one of the things too you have to think about too is I went to a Catholic school, and a lot of the people there are like upper class, like lived in McMansions and shit. They don't have any value of their fucking money.
Yeah, I got
You know,
you.
they didn't grow up. I was surprised I actually ended up going there because like I don't know. I went to an elementary school that was Catholic, but that was in the city, and we're not rich by any means. I grew up fairly, you know, lower class. So I was like one of the few people who actually knew the value of a dollar, I guess.
Like, yeah, one friend of mine, he was broke like me, but he was the shiesty broke, where, like when I said he sold all those oxys, he ran out because he took all his. I still had plenty because I was selling them and taking them sparingly. I've somehow the pack falls on the ground. He takes it. I knew something happened, and I made up a story. I'll say it. There's a connection to a biker gang in my city, and I knew like the grandson or whatever. But I made up a story saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna sell these to his dad. I need more, but my pack's gone, and I'm fucked now because I have the meeting tomorrow night." And my friend got so panicked because of the name drop, he gave me my stolen bag back plus extra, and then I took his girlfriend. That was the finish of the Oxycontin story. And that was my only one. And first time I did those oxys, I did acid and fucking hated acid.
I remember speaking of like high school, one of my friends who passed away when I was 18 in a car accident, but before that, he had gotten in trouble. He was part of a money laundering ring in high school, which is like really fucking weird, but they were printing money, like fake money. They had like a machine for it and everything, and he got
Holy
caught and was
fuck.
under house arrest. Yeah, he was under house arrest when he passed away.
How did he get
They were trying to
caught?
get him home. I think they were like they were giving out the money among their friends, and their friends tried to buy something with it at like a convenience store, and that's how he got caught.
Wait, it was that? So it was obviously like that's easy to spot of a fake.
I don't know. I guess I wasn't around that much at that time. We weren't like enemies or whatever, but we had kind of like slowly kind of not been interacting. And then when he died, they were trying to get him home before his ankle bracelet, because he was on house arrest, but he was allowed to leave for tests at the school because the finals and shit. And they hit a patch ice, and that's how he died trying to get home. But yeah, I remember that, man. It was like they had tried to like kind of get me into that, but I'm like I don't have a car, I can't drive, you know. I don't want to, you know.
So they were
I had the
thinking real
common
big
sense back then.
plans.
Yeah, they had plans.
They're gonna put a whole bunch of money and just be able to use it immediately.
Yeah, essentially, like they were printing like 20s or something, like fake 20s, and had gotten caught up in that. And the other people, I think, actually went to juvie, but my friend got away fairly okay despite the house arrest.
And the dying.
Well, yeah, obviously, but you know, I still
Yeah.
miss him. He was my best friend from like when I was in pre-K up until then. You know, it's like my
Yeah.
brother.
It sucks.
He lost, and the worst part too is he lost his mom 2 years before that to fucking cancer. And it's just like, fuck, man. How much more can a family take?
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of experience with death in high school, and then 2012, I want to say, like that was my graduation year. That was when it started. Like I started like people started just dying. And
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't lose
I was
any close friends until like I want to say about 2017. Like the closest I met, like, got to someone that died was 2017. But like, I've had a lot of people I knew, like associates that I was buying drugs, doing drugs, selling drugs, doing all this shit with. Because that's when my addiction picked up. Was right out of high school, and it was a lot of deaths. But I mean, it didn't. I didn't really start feeling them until like they started hitting close, like like way too close to home.
Yeah, that's the when I was 18, my best friend dying, that essentially just cut. It was the end of my youth. After that, it was just, and then after that, my ex-girlfriend ended up dying of an accidental overdose, and we were still very close. And it's just, yeah, I've been well acquainted with death, especially because I tried to kill myself when I was 16. So
Yeah, I feel it. I feel
Yeah.
it. That's kind of what got scared me sober was I had a gun at my house because of the shit I was doing. I ran like my last time getting high off like carfentanil, I think is what it was. It was like it was diluted down with like a whole bunch of like caffeine powder and a little bit of actual heroin. But
You said car fentanyl?
yep, that was a big thing in my city.
What does that mean?
It's like
I'm not
elephant
familiar with fentanyl.
Hold on. Car fentanyl. Is that how it's spelled?
Oh, I thought you meant like fentanyl from a car.
No,
like
it's car
like
fentanyl.
a fucking V. I was like, you fucking like smoking gasoline? Like, what does that mean?
It was the
fucking exhaust fluid.
It was the insane like extra fentanyl. And these pictures aren't that accurate. Where it's like one little crumb will kill a whole city or whatever. That wasn't exactly
okay.
true. But
I thought you
got
meant
high.
like fucking. I thought you were like huffing fucking exhaust fumes or something.
No. I snorted my last line, and like my head popped up, it hit, and my last thought was like before I nodded off was like, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna shoot myself in the fucking head. This is stupid. Like I was just annoyed with the race, and not only was I pawning shit, hustling shit, buying that back out, then pawning it again that same day, and also hanging out with drug dealers, being whatever I did with them, like just being the token white dude essentially. I was sick of that life and shit. So I was like, I'm gonna go home and kill myself, and then like 20 minutes later, like I came out of my nod. I'm like, yeah, and I called a treatment center immediately.
By the way, I think I can actually tell you now that they announced it in a stream, but I'm sending you something on your DMs. I don't know why this reminded me of it, but take a look at this.
Looking. No!
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's what Dutchy sent me, and he wanted me to keep it quiet, so I've been doing it, but they announced it, so I think it's fine now.
You throw this...
Yeah.
All right, so... By now, people that are enjoying the Tyree features on the Tism Basement and other channels, Jenny has been caught sending her vagina to people.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to edit all the video I have recorded, and I'm going to throw this up, but I'm going to edit the fuck out of it in Vegas. You know?
Fucking hell. First of all, grandma pussy. Second of all, fucking piercings. Like, I never understood piercing your pussy or your dick. I guess it makes sex feel better. I would be worried about like infection.
See, I'm a piercing dude, but Jenny's also like 40 years too old for me. Like, well,
I like tongue rings.
That is a joke. That is
cool.
a joke. I don't know how old Jenny really is, but
she's in her 50s.
Okay, so 30 years too old.
Yeah, but like I like tongue rings. Like that's one thing because that shit's fucking great.
I like
but
piercings
like
just in general. I have some of my own. I got piercings.
I wouldn't want to be with a chick with a pierced vagina. That's as much as I'd say.
It's actually pretty fun. But that's just my opinion and experience.
Don't listen to me. I don't like eggs.
But fucking, I got a question for you, Skull. I've been talking to my brother a lot about retro games, and you remember G4 TV?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like it had fuck, what was that one show they had on
X-Play.
there?
X-Play,
No.
they reviewed games. Attack of the Show was kind of like just a podcast, but on TV.
No, they had wasn't Takeshi's Castle on there?
For TV.
I could be wrong on that, but I remember watching like that shit back in the day. Like they had like the rights to distribute it, if I remember, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. We'll see. International version, so English. Wait, I guess. Oh, there we go. Aired as MXC mostly. Oh, most. Yeah, that was on. No, that was Spike TV, bub. You're here, Spike TV.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
I know it as Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
Oh, I got something to show you. Give me just a second to go get it. It's in my other side of my room. I'm gonna play this
really shitty scream rap.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right, guys. This is kind of tism basement, but I'm gonna play some shitty music.
Alright, I'm back.
What is that?
Okay, so the other day I hadn't taken my hair out of a bun. I've had it in a bun for like three days or whatever. And I went to take it out, the knot out of it, and that just falls out. It's hair. It just was in a little ball, and it fell out just like that.
All right, well here we go, listeners and the viewers.
Yeah, it just fell out like that. It just was like a little chunk fell. I'm like, how the fuck did it get like this? It's a little hairball, like fell out just like that. I have no idea why.
That is kind of
my hair
weird.
Always, huh?
I said that is kind of weird.
Yeah, my hair always falls out when I'm like showering and shit, but like it just randomly. People have been saying I should just do dreads since my hair is so fucking long and knotty.
People has told me that my hair isn't knotty, but people said I should braid or dread. My hair is long.
My hair gets real fucking knotty, especially in the summer and like it gets humid and shit. But I'm probably not gonna end up getting dreads. But I just thought it was funny, worth mentioning. Just random hairball falls out of my hair.
That's what you get for trying to be a new metal artist. But I got more new metal.
There you go. Oh,
Mr. Meat. All right, I'm back. Oh my God, baby! This is my daughter. All right.
See, look, we got the template.
Who's Mr. Meat?
Is back. I failed to rescue my daughter. Was cracking like
No,
FGT.
not his daughter.
Hey, yo, cop man, you gonna arrest me if I do this? I'm in my office. Quit picking.
Yeah, I don't know who Mr.
He's in his office.
In his office.
You know, it's funny.
In his orifice.
There are people who talk like that. I don't think I have a very strong, like, New York accent, do I?
No one believes you live in New York. That's how little of an accent you have.
Yeah, but, like, there are people who talk like that around here, but a lot of people don't. Yeah, like, fucking down in the fucking deli. I'm gonna get fucking eggs.
Deck you, mate.
Gonna get the fucking egg and cheese.
Show me your office or I circumcise you.
I've always wondered, like, how that fucking accent developed. You know what I mean? Like, how does that shit like? I'm not like a linguist or anything, and I don't know much about it, but I always thought it's interesting how accents like that develop, where they're not really a specific race. They're just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Show me your
'Cause
orifice.
Because there's people who are like Italian who talk like that, and then there's like the Mexicans, and they also talk like that around here. I wonder like
Accents.
yeah, like even like certain black people talk like that around here, and it's it's not like an ethnic thing. They didn't like genetically inherit it. It's from their surroundings, and I just
Isn't that
wonder
how
where that comes from.
Australians started talking? They talking like British Southerners in Ohio, in fucking United
I
States.
don't know. I've always thought like the Aussie thing was like a mix of like the British shit and abos, but abos don't talk like Australians.
Yeah, they don't. They huff gas from a can. So I want to see who these people are. Seven.
You know, it's funny that this guy's name is Seven. There's another Seven who does Broken Side, Crunkcore, and his name is Seven, but it's spelled differently, so I'm assuming it's a different guy, but they both do scream rap.
Yeah.
I'll say this, man. Say what you want about Broken Side, and I definitely don't, I'm not a fan, but they were the first motherfuckers to start doing the screaming hip hop shit.
The
They
Cordy
kind of
shit.
predicted it. You know what I mean?
They were ahead of their time. They were so 7D chess that they were ahead of their time.
It's just that they latched onto the crunk thing, and that was a dying fad by the time that they started doing the crunk shit. But like,
And they picked it up when no one else did it. Even Waka Flocka
Yeah.
moved on from it.
yeah, like I would say that they were like one of the first to do it, but I still think the person who brought that shit to more mainstream audiences was XXXTentacion.
Yeah, and that's what these people are like, emulating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like this exactly is XXX.
I guarantee you these people have like 1 million fucking listeners. Number 9. Another Denzel Curry fan.
Scarlord does a pretty good job with like the scream rap shit.
Scarlord's alright. So is Kill Station.
Yeah, Heart Attack is probably like his best song in my opinion. Like when it comes to the scream rap shit, like it is interesting to see genres intermingle because like think about it, like 20 years ago, right? Or we can even go like back into like the 90s or whatever. Genres were very well defined and there wasn't much crossover appeal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then now it's just anyone, because it's the internet. Like anyone can listen to anything. Like if you could find, you were limited pre like internet to just what's in your area, what's popular around you, what's at the record store. Now you can go on YouTube and find 1 billion people. You can find unsigned artists. You can find people who are just starting out. You can find genres you've never even fucking heard about. It's kind of amazing to see all this shit.
Do you think the internet age is where people can now make a living off of music and never even leave the house or go to a studio?
Yeah. I mean, as long as you like make a quality product, most people now will listen to it if it fits the sound they like. As long as you can replicate that, yeah. I will say though, it is harder for, and this goes back into the thing I think I talked about last week with you, Virgin Fest. The more punk side of things, it's like so left leaning that if any right leaning punk band does something, it gets yeeted off of fucking YouTube. Or if you go too far. So I don't think we've gotten to the point where you can just have complete freedom of expression and say whatever you want when it comes to like music, like rap or punk. But it is definitely more accessible.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Like I wasn't
Like,
thinking
you know,
of the smaller nuances. I was just saying as a whole, like
yeah,
you just carve.
you know,
your
I don't know
niche out,
Jeffrey.
probably.
He does rape on
Oh,
the
that's the guy.
first fucking
Oh,
date.
I didn't know that actually belonged to a person named I don't know Jeffrey.
Yeah, he got banned off of YouTube, and if you re-upload his shit, it gets yoinked like automatically. And that's like one throwaway bullshit joke song they did, but he has like a whole catalog. He's pretty good actually.
I'll look it up.
Camero Nazi.
Cameron Azzy.
That's an unfortunate name. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think this person's like 6'9" or so smooth a copycat.
You know, fucking, what's the guy? Lil Pump? His early shit was like kind of like heavy bass kind of shit.
Yeah,
remember that?
So was Smoke Perp's shit.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, I remember their early days, dude.
Why these niggas acting like a bitch? You ain't about that shit. Why these niggas acting like a bitch? You ain't about that shit. Why these niggas acting like a bitch? You ain't about that shit. Why these niggas acting like a bitch? You ain't about that shit. 40 clip you get hit. Fuck nigga, you a bitch. 40 clip you get hit.
Yeah, they're just copying fucking Zillakami. Oh fuck. You think is that that kind of like metal rap, is that the new wave now? It's no longer crying about Xanax. Oh, did you die? Oh no, Skull Kid died. So anyways, everybody, I brought up G4.
I went to get charcoal and I got stuck on a thing on the floor.
So I brought up G4 TV because I was thinking about playing some old shooters and stuff, and where? There we go. I was looking at this website, dude, and I was thinking about old like video game, the industry 15 to 20 years ago, and just how weird games were. Everything in the 90s was an RTS though, or an RPG.
Dude, you know, one of my favorite series, stream series that I watch is DOS Madness by Vinesauce Varg Skeletor.
Let's talk about that before.
I love old DOS games, man. There was
there's
something
Dune
really
2.
nice.
Dune 2's on
Yeah,
there.
There was just something really cool about like sharing a bunch of shit around on a floppy disk, and some of it's shit, some of it's probably great. And you just have, it's like diving into like a whole new world, I guess. You kind of lose that nowadays with like everything's like, it's a $60 game or it's a $40 game or yada yada yada.
Yeah, but see, I'm only going to really make a comment on the price thing. You know, people always say video games are getting more expensive, and it's like, no, because they were still $60 to $80 30 years ago. And that dollar value is way more now.
I still think they are getting expensive, but that's because the money is less valuable.
Yeah, but going from 60 to 70 to 80 nowadays is not what it, is less than it would be back then. Like,
yeah.
So.
You know, I've always wanted to ask your opinion. Do you have you ever listened to Juju before?
Who the fuck is that?
They're a experimental like rock band. They made one of my favorite albums of all time, which was a cover of the Twin Peaks soundtrack. And I kind of want to see your reaction to art rock, because I don't know if you've ever listened to art rock before. No, Juju, like Xiu.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you've had me watch something. Or it was
I just want to. I don't know if you've ever listened to any of their shit. Give it a listen. I want to hear your react. That's not them. That's not them.
It's right here.
That's not them. No, that's the channel. The channel name. That's not them. No, they're up there, top, number 1, right there. There you go.
Feels like a maracas. You don't care who hears.
It costs a lot to feel this cuckoo.
What is a faith without a crisis?
Just let them be. As a crisis, no posture, bad posture, flaming hot Cheetos, fuego talkies.
I hate it.
There's a great video if you type in Juju Twin Peaks. Like they're doing it live, and he does Sycamore Trees live, and it's actually a really brilliant performance. Yeah, there you go, the live thing there. And just skip ahead to like halfway through. Yeah. Oh no, back more. Uh, okay, here we go. And okay, yeah, listen to this.
Me for a walk under the sycamore tree. Dark tree that blows.
Why is he so sweaty?
Because he's been performing. There's like massive lights on him.
I don't like it.
That blows. And I see you. And you see me. And I will see you in the branches that blow in the breeze.
I fucking hate it.
I do love this performance. It's actually brilliant, but
Brilliant,
he does that thing. He's doing that thing with his voice like intentionally. It's not like it fits because the song is supposed to have an undertone of eeriness to it. But they've been making shit for a long time, and they have a song actually. It's called Boy Soprano, and the video is done like in the style of an old video game. And that's what kind of reminded me of it. Yep, there it is, top one. This is back, like, this album in particular was very noisy.
Look at me, nothing bad is ever going to happen to you again. Although you're a solid pile of hate, you're still pretty like a cake. Pulling out a bite at the kill me cord slaps me that I can't handle you. But yes, no, yes, no, yes. Tell me how to love.
This is the most annoying shit ever.
They had another video that got taken down. It was a music video for their one song, I forget. I think something chocolate makes you happy, and the video is just Jamie, the singer, eating a chocolate bar while the other member of the band makes herself vomit.
What the fuck? It's like it's like very avant-garde weirdness.
Yeah, it's like very like noise rocky. There's a lot of noise in the earlier shit. The more recent shit, it still has that like experimental edge, but it's definitely an acquired taste. I can totally understand.
So back to classic games. Growing up, what was some top games you were like that really impacted your life as a child?
Raptor, which is an old DOS game. It's like it was a flying like plane game, like Call of the Shadows, I think it was, or something like that. Yeah, there you go, Call of the Shadows. And it's like kind of like a top down. You pilot a jet and you have to destroy a bunch of shit. I loved that. The Diablo 1 Uh, not the whole game because I never owned the whole game, but I had the shareware version, and the butcher scared the fuck out of me as a kid.
Yeah.
Also,
What?
there's another game from the Hugo's House of Horror series, uh, but it was like a Doom clone, and I remember the death face from that scared the fuck out of me as well. What about you?
So the few games I remember that impacted me as a child, it would have been so. I want to say Perfect Dark multiplayer and playing the bots because I didn't have a Rumble pack, so I couldn't play the game. Because that was Nintendo 64's deal. That or I was just too much of a kid, like too stupid as a kid to know how to play the game. But from there, I would say Metal Gear Solid 1. Having the three, like having someone give me the 3 discs, I didn't have the menu book that had the code I needed halfway through the game. But that impacted me. And then I would say Half-Life 2 Deathmatch.
I never played Half-Life. Surprisingly, I was a big FPS like a computer dude back. Like I
and
loved
then I would
Quake
say
1.
Counter-Strike 1.6.
Quake 1 was like my favorite. Quake 2 was good. I played a lot of that as well. But Quake 1 was always like my favorite like FPS. Doom obviously. Fucking and then we're talking like N64, Banjo-Kazooie. Like that's like my favorite.
Oh, Diddy
Majora's
Kong
Mask.
Racing is what I also
Yeah.
remember playing the 64. Fuck Mario Kart, it was Diddy Kong Racing, bitch.
Dude, Diddy Kong Racing deserves a proper remaster. I really love that game.
I agree with you. But I was
At
thinking,
least port it over to the Switch, right?
fuck the Switch. I needed a PC. But like I was looking through games back then, and dude, there's so many games that no one played that I think had really unique systems. Like there was
yeah, for sure.
Arx Fatalis is one that had a unique magic casting system.
I really liked Hocus Pocus, which was kind of like a platformer, but like you played a wizard and you go around and I remember playing the hell out of that. Fucking there was a shareware disc I had that had a really interesting kind of like level select, not level select, game select, I guess, where you were like you would walk around a plaza that had different games, and you go into each little room, and each little room had things related to the game.
The Game Zone. No.
Maybe that might be it.
Demo disc where you walk around in game to choose demo. I know I had like really old PC games. It had
Yeah, it had Diablo in there. I know Diablo was one of the games.
95. I might have a peculiar demo disc. Oh my god, it's called the Odyssey Tour.
Maybe. It wasn't like a space station, the one I'm thinking of. It was oh, actually, yeah, maybe I did do this one, but there was another one that was like a movie theater almost.
Yeah.
The ship that ship definitely seems familiar though. I had a lot of demo discs.
Yeah, same here. I remember yeah, I'll just keep clicking stuff. We walked around the space station. See, like
There's
it was like something Game Zone for me. The one
there
I
was
remember.
there's a game that came out recently. They do it like yearly. The Haunted PS1 demo disc, where it has a similar thing like that, where you walk around to select the games and shit. That's more recent, but that was like the closest thing I could say to like that kind of vibe.
Yeah. See, now it's gonna kill me that I don't know what it is. I know the demo disc from Rooster Teeth. They found it. I just can't. It's just the video doesn't exist anymore.
There was a another game I played a lot of. I think it was I forgot. I think it might have been a Star Wars FPS.
What about it?
It was like a. I can't remember the name of it, but I just remember like it was like I think like you go around a space station killing stormtroopers and shit.
A lot of Star Wars games feature that.
But I mean, it was like around the MS DOS times. So like
I don't know.
yeah, I don't remember what it was, but I remember the gun was like a really weird shaped gun.
Dark Forces. This
I'd
is
have to
DOS.
see. Yep, that's it. That's it. Yep, right there.
Let's see if it's on Abandonware. Probably isn't. Actually, Dark Forces. Star Wars Jedi Knight, Dark Forces 2. This is the one that you. It's on GOG and Steam.
Yeah. Another game, even though it's not DOS, that I played a lot of as a kid was Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I played that I played the multiplayer version and I played the Xbox console version multiplayer.
Oh, you know it's a great multiplayer game that I would love to see ported over? 007 Nightfire. It was on the GameCube.
I was a GoldenEye dude. I didn't like the PlayStation one.
I wasn't a fan of GoldenEye really. It felt too like eh. Maybe it's because I played so much Quake that I was used to like fast-paced kind of shit. Yeah.
I just like the aiming mechanic to that, the GoldenEye. Like, you know, you could move your body, but your aiming also had like its own XY axis. This is me though.
Yeah. Fucking have there been like proper like good 007 games? Like James Bond shit and recently?
No, I don't think so. I know the Wii had some games and they blew
Just
up.
seems like a waste, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
you got this IP, you could totally make like just make a nice multiplayer shooter or something with gadgets and shit, but
Best James Bond game. The World Is Not Enough. What this website says. Let's see. Agent Under Fire. So I'm thinking the best one. Yeah, GoldenEye 007. Everything or Nothing. Third person shooter. GoldenEye 007 2010.
have you seen the video of like the dad show like about to like own his kid in GoldenEye after the kid killed him in Call of Duty?
No, I didn't see.
Go on YouTube real quick. Just type in "Dad GoldenEye." It should be like right there.
Father responds.
Yeah, right. Top one. Top one. Yeah, this is great.
Whoa, player. Whoa, player. This is your ass, player. This is your ass, player. You don't know nothing about this, player. Oh, shit! Damn! Whoa! Been a long time. Oh, watch it. Here we go, watch it. Blah!
I love joy like that.
Damn right, player! Come on, we'll bust your ass! Woo! Go now. Woo! Yeah! No, pick it up. What you doing, player? Oh, player, pick this up, player. I'm gonna bust that ass, boy! I'm gonna bust that ass, player! No, this is white, player! Pick up the control!
Look at the crazy eyes, man.
Dude, he was ready to go. Like it was like jumping back into like an 8-year-old's body.
I bet his son talked mad shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's fucking great.
I like thinking.
I love that video.
I wish I had a PC in the early 2000s, dude, so I can experience all the fun.
I had a my uncle once. I think I was like 10. He gave me a like an old Macintosh that had Quake 3 on it. I remember playing the fuck out of that with like the bots and shit.
Did you say Quake 3 Arena?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked. I did that, and I did Unreal Tournament. I think 2004.
I also played a lot of Diablo 2 when I was suffering from this skin disease when I was younger.
How'd you have a skin disease?
I got this like weird form of like psoriasis, and I was out of school because it was just like my skin was falling off of my hands, and like, yeah, I lost my eyebrows and hair. I was out of school for like a month, and then when I had to come back, I had to wear like gloves that like kept the lotion on my hands to rebuild the skin.
That sounds. How'd you get that? Like,
It was a form of I'm probably quoting this wrong, but they said it had to do with strep. Like strep got into my blood instead of like strep throat, and it fucked with like my skin, and it just, yeah, it was a whole thing, man.
kind of shitty, dude.
Yeah.
I had got my tongue pierced like 2013, and a few days later I had fucking what was it? I had strep throat. No, I had mono and tonsil. I ended up getting hit with mono and tonsillitis, and that shit
That is
almost
a shit
killed
combo.
me. Yeah, they couldn't diagnose me correctly for like 2 months, and then I finally seen a throat specialist, and he goes, "We got to remove these tomorrow, or you will die, or unless you want a tracheotomy like that." Hey, how you doing? So I was like, yeah, fuck that, remove these bitches. But it took so long, and all that medicine I was on fucked me up.
Oh yeah, I bet. I just remember I had to get like a bunch of skin removed, and then it was just like lotion and pills and shit.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I was like in 5th grade, so it was just like, ugh, right around puberty time. So it
Oh,
was just
dude.
everything. Yeah.
Luckily, I had mine right after I graduated. Like, the worst shit happened to me after graduating high school. Oh, you remember that 25 to Life game, the fake GTA clone, when it was just really all racing?
No, I never heard of that.
Oh my god, this game was a pile of shit. Like, yeah, you could customize.
I know there were a lot of GTA clones. Like, I remember the Godfather game.
Yeah, well, that was a legitimately really good game. The first Godfather was 1-to-1. Like, how they wrote the story around the movie actually worked pretty fucking well.
Also, the Scarface game.
Yeah, that was a pile of shit. Oh, fuck.
You remember, like, the mechanic, instead of, like, respect, it was balls? Like, how many balls you had?
Yeah, that's right.
Scarface
Like,
game.
and if you shot enough balls, you go in first-person rage mode.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that. Holy fuck. Dude.
Yeah, I watched a playthrough of that not too long ago, actually. Oh, there's Bomberman. I used to play a shit ton of Bomberman on the N64.
I didn't know they made hunting games. Like, look how much of a pile
Yeah.
of shit this is.
Yeah, man, this was hot shit though back
hunting
in the.
extreme.
I remember Cabela's Dangerous Hunts and shit.
Holy all the games that had 3D in their name was pre-2000.
I remember the Space Pinball game that was with like every Windows.
Oh,
back in
dude,
the
that
day.
game's so fun, dude. I remember never
It's a
having
shame they don't
internet in
package
school.
that anymore.
Yeah, you gotta download it. All this shit. 4D Prince of Persia, 1994.
You know what game I've never really understood how to play is Minesweeper. I've never gotten it.
Really? Yeah, neither do I. I know
Yeah.
there's a math behind it.
Yeah, I just never got like I just know you click until you lose. That was
This
it.
is the James
you know?
Bond game, dude. A View to a Kill.
Huh. I didn't know there were James Bond games made for the PC, but I guess it makes sense.
1985, Commodore 64, MSX, Amstrad CPC.
There was another game where you like were I forget what it was called, but you were like the president's advisor, and you had to like you could like nuke countries and shit. But if you fucked up, they would kill you. So you had to like I forget what the fuck it was called.
Papers, Please, where you had to stamp residence.
No, this is an old game. This is
What is Abo Hadid? What is this? I'm just
Shadow President.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Yeah, look that up. It's interesting. You play as like the Illuminati essentially behind the president.
Abo Hadid was an above-average shooter title at its time. It's a third-person Middle Eastern guy. Dude.
Another game was Triad: Rise of the Shadows or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that game. That was a first-person shooter, right? Yeah.
Oh, you know what's a great game that I wish they made like a proper remake was Descent, where you're
Oh,
like a
that
little
wasn't that
robot.
like three. Yeah, you had like all
360.
yeah,
Yeah,
360. That game was
because it was like set in
so
space.
confusing.
It was ahead of its time though. Like I feel like if they did like a proper remake of that now, it'd be pretty fucking cool.
Maybe. Ace Light. There's so many games, like all this abandonware. Just growing up, gaming's my life. I bet gaming's my future. Cause I'm a loser with no life.
Same.
No, but goddamn, I get.
But yeah, check out Shadow President. See if that's on there, because that was a DOS game.
Click that over. Type in search. It has to be. I've never heard of it, so it can't be that popular of a game.
I know Joel from Vinesauce did a playthrough
here you
of that
go.
as well. Yeah, and you
Download
could like get
3 megabytes.
You could like nuke fucking countries and shit, and it was like a map, and you have different options and different like advisors and shit.
Oh, this seems like a very complicated game.
Yeah, it is. It's like one of those like really clunky old DOS games, but it's pretty interesting to watch because you have to like juggle how other countries view you,
Yeah.
and you have to keep population happy, otherwise they have you
Oh,
assassinated.
here's a nuke.
Yeah, that's the nuke going off. Yeah.
I thought they had the nuke. That's pretty
The
cool.
dudes
though.
behind Plague Inc. should totally make a remaster of
I was
this.
thinking this Plague Inc. looks like it was modeled similarly.
Yeah, yeah, because you have the map and all the shit. But like the AI and like juggling, like if they did a proper remake and put a better AI in, it would be pretty cool.
Just looking at these OG like title screens, man. 80s and early 90s, dude. Yeah.
I still remember the fucking Apogee loading screen before you start the game. Good shit.
Apogee. Oh yeah, that was okay.
The company that made like all those fucking games, like the Duke Nukem shit back in the day.
I know. Like that's why. Yeah, Advanced Pinball Simulator 19. We should just do a podcast playing these shitty games. Oh my god. But what got you into music again?
Well, I've always liked music. Back when I was like a little kid, I would like I vividly remember printing out lyrics to songs and singing them in my room and shit, like Foo Fighters and shit. And I've always liked music, and I used to play trumpet in like high school and shit in like high school band. But what really got me into like music production was I really wanted to be a vocalist, but I didn't know any bands around or didn't know anyone else who played music. So basically, oh, thank you. Basically, I decided, well, I'm gonna have to learn how to make my own band, and that's when I downloaded FL and ended up picking it up, and I worked on it for a couple of years and bought some equipment and didn't get really proficient in making music until I was like 20, but it just kind of picked up from there, and then I found people who like via just locally like who like needed beats or whatever, and that's kind of how that got the start of everything. But
That's
you
pretty
know,
dope.
yeah. What about you? Who got you started rapping?
I won't say what I was listening to that inspired me, but I was like, I want to be famous, and then I started writing. And then after a couple years of being like a basic bitch, like dark rapper, I started picking up like lyricism, picking up philosophies when it comes to writing, to the point where like that's all I did for it was graffiti and rap for long.
Growing up
it was just my
in
life.
like high school, growing up in high school, were you like proficient in English? Did you do poetry or anything like that?
I did really good poetry, but I never wanted any of that recognized. So the teacher would just grade it and get mad that I wouldn't let her show it off. But I
One of
picked
the
up
things-
more lyricism like I guess the end of like my senior year is when I really got into like the actual intelligent bars, just being really clever. in picking up the different
Yeah.
flows and styles.
Yeah, like one of the things I always wanted as a kid was a drum set, and my parents would never get it to me. But I ended up playing a lot of my friends' kit whenever we'd hang out, which was like every weekend. And I was in a band for a little bit doing shit, but never really went anywhere. One of the things, man, I would love to have a drum kit, but now I can't even use a drum kit, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if a guy can play drums really well with one arm, and I think you could do it with 2 arms and no legs.
Yeah, but having that like one thing taken away, it takes away from what you can do. You know what
No,
I
it
mean?
don't. You got to be stronger than your handicap. Just God taught me if I wanted to not be handicapped, I don't have to be.
Well, I just think it's just it wouldn't really be my top priority now anyway. Plus, I don't have the room for it, you know.
Of course, you're a Satan worshiper. You're not going to pray to God to make you not handicapped.
Yeah, that kind of that option it failed several times, so I don't think I'll try again.
Well,
You
have
just
you
gotta
ever heard
deal
of
with the cards you got
American
left.
McGee presents Bad Day L.A.?
I know American McGee presents Alice in Wonderland.
This is a GTA clone he did. And I can download this.
I kind of like the cell shading.
Same here. 2006 though, so I don't know why it's like someone took a Simpsons Hit and Run and just American McGee, can you just hand paint over all the Simpsons Hit and Run graphics so we can make a game about a black guy killing terrorists?
That's a good screenshot there, the hamburger man.
Yeah, I kind of want to play this game. Oh man, don't talk
Not
about
a fan
your
of the
pick on me.
eyes. The eyes are like a little susaroo.
His name is Smrooms.
What about dog poo?
I think that's the type of weapon. Or, yeah. Follow 911 call. See, this game looks weird. Interesting. I might play it.
Yeah, fucking like I remember for the Wii, there were so many shovelware games and shit.
Oh, yeah, this is all shovelware. Oh, Scrapland. Have you heard of Scrapland?
Nah.
It's just a robot, 3D robot game.
Huh. I remember my cousin had gotten me back when I was young like one of the Mech Warrior games, but I couldn't run it on my PC because it was such shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think your PC now is this shit.
Yeah, it's a recurring element in my life.
But yeah, I didn't have a gaming PC growing up. Like I had friends, and then maybe I had a computer that could run bullshit games 5 years after they've been released. That was the furthest I got.
The most my PC could run would be like Diablo 2 and like Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
Yeah, that's why I was able to play on my PC, Counter-Strike 1.6. And this is
And then like when we moved out to where I live now, like the highest PC we had, like CPU wise, it could only play World of Warcraft, and it was like lag frame for like it was like every frame like a minute. It was awful.
oh my god. I bet there was a lot of people back then that just dealt with that.
Yeah, I mean not everyone back then had like, and it was like the hot shit too. This was like first edition World of Warcraft Burning Crusade to Wrath. It was just like, you know, like you had to deal with what you had.
Yeah. So you look at this Mortal Kombat clone.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of those. Like that
Called
seems to be like one of the
Antagony.
go-to, especially back in the DOS days.
Yeah. Fucking. I just wanted to show you it because it looked funny. Like, dude, like I'm so just interested in just weird shit online. I do this with music too. I try to find like small towns and then type like music from and then small town name. Try to find some shit that way.
Yeah. Fucking one of the tricks I do when I find like new videos for the tism is I just type in video on YouTube and just hit the like first like hour, like what has been uploaded in the recent hour. I wish there were more in-depth search options for YouTube, Like it would help me so much
To
if
check
there was
more
an option.
archivey type stuff, like just see back in the day type stuff. Hey, Area
Well,
51.
well, that, but also like I would love an option that sorts like from negative, audience interaction instead of like showing like everything that like go by percentage, like which has like the most downvotes. Like that would help a shit ton with like finding like interesting content because most of it's gonna be downvoted.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. That's the most downvoted shit is the best stuff. I like the most downvote. I wish I could look at most downvoted, lowest viewed. So it's like all 10 people that seen it fucking downvoted it.
Exactly. Like
That's the shit I want to watch.
Like something that's like a limit, like a thing to sort on YouTube where it's like, okay, this says like less than 1,000 views and its audience interaction is overwhelmingly negative. Like that would help so much when it comes to finding like weird shit online.
Yeah, dude, like I wish I can just like show me dude in a computer chair falling holding a Cleveland Browns coffee cup. Like, I wish I can look for something that specific.
You would think that there'd be like add-ons for like YouTube or search engines that would have that functionality.
Yeah, but I think that requires like some kind of like freeware type of YouTube thing for them to be able to code something like that.
There was a
toss.
there was a website that would just like point you in the direction of like random less than 100 views. I forget, Petite Tube. That's what it's called, Petite Tube.
Might use
And
that.
yeah, and it's good, but it's random. You know what I mean? So it's like most of
Yes.
the time it's just gonna be shit.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of gold in that. Just keep hitting fucking search, I guess.
Reddit is a big help with finding videos and weird shit too. There's like a Reddit thread about all that.
Okay, that is not what I wanted to look at. You said it's petite
Yeah,
tube.
it's a sus name. It's a sus name, so you're gonna get some weird shit.
All this is porn.
I could be thinking of the wrong fucking thing, but I thought it was called Petite Tube. Like
No.
small, like. Huh.
Oh, fuck me. Alright, so let's do Google website that shows
Oh, it's been changed to Incognitube.
Incognitube.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's Incognitube. They must have changed it because it was called Petite Tube, though.
Oh my god, I hate you. Eric heard, please try back later. Next. Oh, this is gonna take forever.
Yeah, it kind of seems like it's not being well maintained.
Or I'm just fucking lagging.
It could be either one. But yeah, it can sometimes provide good shit. But there's a lot of like sorting and digging to find like the really like weird shit.
I think there's some kind of something hindering this website.
Probably, yeah.
See, all of these are bad. Oh well. Oh well.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find something to where it can help us search kind of stuff. But back to my G4 thing. I just remember being like in the hood watching G4 every day. Grounded from video games, so this is like my outlet. I just hope the reboot is going well. But they're going to be on a fucking network. Is a digital first
really...
network going live? Digital first. Okay, so they're not going to cable.
Like the way I look at it, like it's kind of redundant to have G4 now. I mean, like what are they gonna do? Fucking like play like Let's Plays and shit?
Well,
like
what G4 did back in the day is stuff that people stopped doing today. Because instead of having teams do interesting, not edgy content, but just if you go to a GameStop, they have their own in-store G4 TV type thing. It's like a network on Twitch. There's people that do all the many aspects of what G4 did, but G4 could work nowadays. But they just doubled down on buying license to TV shows that no one cared.
I think
and
G4
Machinima blew
work.
up because they was like, all right, we're gonna do this, but on YouTube. G4 didn't want to go on the internet, so that's where they died.
Well, that's the thing is like I think G4 would work as like a channel, but like if it's coming back in like as a full TV station, I just don't see the point. You know?
Yeah, if they do a whole website and then upload it on, like, they did their own streaming service that could sell because you have nostalgia selling. And
well,
then,
that's so hard to get off the ground, and then you have to,
I know,
you know.
But they're going to open their website up, it looks like, and go back to having their forums, live chat, and then just do everything on Twitch and YouTube. Or just Twitch, depends on where they get their partnerships. Because once you're partnered with Twitch, you can never stream anywhere else.
How much longer do you think TV is going to be a thing? You know what I mean?
Forget
like,
TV is a thing, so...
Yeah, like I never watch TV. Like with the advent of like streaming services and everything, it kind of seems redundant to this point. Like obviously there's gonna be boomers who like are no, I like my TV, but you know,
I like my TV.
But like eventually it's just all gonna be like smart TV shit, and they're gonna phase it out eventually.
Oh,
like
I don't
radio.
gotta download Pariah. Pariah was a generic wannabe Halo. Sorry, I didn't interrupt. But back to TV.
Yeah.
Well,
like
see that's why everyone has this fear that if they monetize at websites the way that people thought 4, 5, 6 years ago, that is what cable does. Like you take networks and you're like, all right, you can sign with us. Well, you can sign with anybody, but we're gonna, this is the package. It's like an extra $40 on top of the basic just for these 4 networks. Like that's what the internet might have become, or might still become. Just be monetized like cable, where if you want high speed to these websites, you pay extra a month, and it's like a part of your pack. And if you want third-party / independent websites or forum access, it might be monetized to the point where if you want to go to a website that hosts a forum, you pay extra $5.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows?
Like, I just the thing is like entertainment has become less refined. Like people will watch like 10 hours of a Let's Play. It doesn't have to be like a pre-scripted thing anymore, and I feel like TV just doesn't provide what people are looking for. They don't want like extra curated, extra clean commercial shit. Sometimes they do, but like most of the time it's just like, well, I'll just throw on like the latest PewDiePie video or whatever.
Yeah, and see, it's hard to determine what would be best or where things would go. I feel like things will be monetized that or monopolized. Like YouTube just owns all streaming content.
Yeah, I mean there already are monopolies, like with social media and shit.
Yeah, like YouTube, and some streaming websites. It's like, well, if you get partnered with us, you can only stream under your branding with us. And that's and then we have all these streaming networks that are opening up, like Paramount and shit. So I think it's going to cross over eventually.
Yeah, I mean, especially with this COVID shit, that's changed the game. Like cinemas are closing down. A lot of people aren't wanting to go there.
Yeah, that's true. Like, and the people that do, which is like me, I go to the cinema sometimes. Like it's dead. Not like you'll get like maybe 6, 7. Couples or people big showing.
Yeah, I say go to Riddens. Honestly, I don't fucking care. Anything that hurts Hollywood.
There was something charming about going to movies. Yeah, well, that's a whole different line of thinking on that though. I like going to a movie theater. I like the atmosphere,
my main
the vibe, the memory.
I was telling a friend this about the Blizzard, like all that shit. It's the same kind of mentality. Like these fucking people out in LA with these game companies that are extra woke and bullshit, they fucking hate my guts, so fuck them. I don't care if you're getting sexually harassed. You broke bread with these male feminist like fuckers who are like wolves in sheep clothing, and yeah, fuck you. You're pushing an agenda that is like targeting me. So I'm like, fuck, I don't care. You know?
Yeah. Helping but hurting the cripple. It's not a way to go
Yeah.
for support.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, like, and people act shocked, like, oh my god, these companies, they're filled with sexual degenerates. Yeah, because they're all the same type of male feminist like faggots, like, you know, like we've seen this time and time again that these are the types of people that like take up the mantle of feminism, is these fucking weirdo rapey motherfuckers. You don't see like like fucking conservative motherfuckers doing that, you know?
Yeah, it's just a weird. It's just kind of weird how all these groups cross paths in Hollywood. Here's my thinking why I don't like Hollywood. All these groups are against each other. Like there's conservatives in Hollywood, you know, they have like more extreme views on Hollywood. You have mostly liberal people, but they all are on the internet activizing, going to these rallies and shit, but then they're all making deals in the back rooms just to secure their place where they're at.
Well, the thing is a lot of them, they're not even liberal, they're communists, like unabashed. Like Patrick Stewart was like taking up for fucking communists during the McCarthy era, and saying, "Oh, what they did was awful." And it's just like they don't even hide it. They're programming the shit that they do, the shit they put in their programs, and all this shit. It's all communist bullshit. That's why they're making Lord of the Rings. They're making black hobbits, like, you know.
Yeah, yeah, you did bring that up. They're making black hobbits. Just
They-
to
they
appease a
latch
group of
on-
people.
They latch on to existing properties, things that people who had completely different worldviews made, and they try to insert shit that doesn't belong. And that's what they do. It's typical communists.
See, I think communism is just weird, but and the people that want it wouldn't really want it if they had it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's good to say, oh, I'm an unabashed communist, while living in a capitalist like republic, but like if you were it's like Ayn Rand said, like if you were like fucking there and saw the shit that goes down in these fucking countries, and then the obvious response to that from them is, well, that's not real communism, and it's just, you know, it's never ending. It would just be a pointless argument. And the thing is communism in general as a system, it's undoable. You cannot do it. Like it's just structurally it's unstable. It's like building a house on mud.
I feel like it goes for a lot of things, especially communism.
Yeah, I mean, the end of the day is just, I just genuinely, I think people are starting to wise up that the people in Hollywood are diametrically opposed with their own views. Like they're complete opposites, and people are starting to realize and notice the programming, and that scares the fuck out of them.
Yeah, well, what do you think they're going to do about people that are just breaking from the programming?
Well, they're going to silence them if they get too woke to the issue, I guess, if you want to use that line of speaking. But like the main thing that they're going to do is like you know, they're grasping onto the cinemas, like I said, and they're trying to keep that shit alive. And actors are they went fucking nuts during this COVID thing. I remember like seeing these fucking actors whinging about shit on their like Instagram Live and all that, and you can tell that without someone to like focus and direct them, they're fucking aimless as a person. But it's gonna be the same fucking thing for the next couple fucking decades, just slowly just trying to do what they always do, worm their way into people's brains, try to change programming. And it really depends on what happens with the people who they're trying to program. You know, I mean, we're at like the most tenuous like fucking like divisive time in history with this whole Biden thing. Half the country doesn't trust, that he was actually elected. A lot of people don't trust the vaccine because they don't trust the government. It's just gonna keep going and devolving, and eventually something's gonna give. I just hope I'm not around when it happens, especially in New York.
Yeah. See, I don't even think that far, to be honest. Like,
My plan, if shit hits the fan in this country, like civil war or anything like that, is Poland. To Poland I go.
think you'll be able to make it there?
Huh? We'll find out. I've been taking lessons in Polish, trying to learn the gist of it, and I have Polish blood in me, along with, Romanian blood. But Poland seems to be the safer bet because they're actually fairly conservative and nationalistic, and it seems to be like the safest place to be in Europe. But like as a cripple, especially one who I guess you could say is right-leaning in New York, I'm like a fucking easy target, aren't I?
Yeah, well, yeah, New York, so getting a gun, hard pressed. But do you have any like secured way to get there? Is what I was really about.
I don't know. I got money set aside for a rainy day, but that's about it. I don't know. I have my passport. I know I have that much. I would just have to. I don't know. It's not something I think about all the time, but if anything, I would just take whatever money I can, put some down payment on a house down there or whatever, or just live in a fucking hostel for a bit, and just try to survive.
Yeah, see, I have a plan, but I never really talk about it. Because it's something I've put in place and prepared. But I have a get the fuck out, but I'll ever have to use it or happen. Like,
Yeah.
that, at least for me. I'm not a couple though.
I mean, if anything, if like a civil war did like start to brew, at the very least, I'd want to move down south. Especially if it's going to be like a split succession kind of thing. Like Arizona, yeah. I've heard good things about.
Well, I think you should own a gun. You should get one.
It's on my list. It's a lot of fucking paperwork and shit.
Juice. That's sorry, I'm just scrolling.
Yo, people, what is going on? We are back again with another edition of the freaking Juice, because we are the Juice. And it seems to me as if Blackie's, well, he's got himself in a little bit of controversy, if I do so say myself. So let's not waste any more time
Blackie,
and check out exactly what's said here
fucking Blackie,
by this young lady here, Tony
the
Martinez.
tingle scrap.
Niggas are acting fresh. I've known Blackie for a while, and he wants to pull up on me like I'm some fangirl. I was popping way before you motherfuckers some nyama, and now you want to pull up on me. You know what? I'm actually really pissed off because this nigga just embarrassed the fuck out of me. Don't fucking do that shit. You want to pull up on me in the club. Like, you want to pull up on me in the fucking club, and then on social media, nah. Okay, bet. I've known Blackie for a while. Right? We even made fucking songs together. Now this homie wants to make me seem like I'm some fucking girl that's just pulling up on him. I've known this dude, he doesn't even treat me like...
You black motherfucker.
Oh, fucking bomba clap.
Fucking Blackie.
Fucking tingo scrap. Big man, you're protected, dude.
Oh, you black motherfucker.
I do love like the stereotypical like black rap like road boy voice they have over there.
Oh, the road boys, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
they're so fucking goofy. Dude, Australian drill rappers are even fucking greater. It's fucking great.
Are there Irish drill rappers?
Well, let's look it up. What is your?
I kind of want to see a dude like in a leprechaun outfit, like rapping about like fucking moving bricks and shit.
What is your take on? Do you think drill has fucked young society up now, or do you think?
Nah. it's a lot more complicated than just one genre of music. It's a lot of shit. I would say it has to do with the glamorization and the commercialization of like hip hop as a whole. I feel like that's a definite thing that could say it's had a negative impact. You know, so how many fucking kids start rapping and moving dope and killing people because they saw like a Waka Flocka like thing,
Well, it's
and then
I'm not saying I'm saying younger people like that are actually like getting arrested and shit. 17, 18 people that are like, you know, the I guess the quote unquote the new age, because the murder rates are, you know, I look at my city, shootings are way up. I look at the rap and it's all like what drill was 10 years ago, but it's hitting everywhere else. Like the whole.
I think another thing is it's one thing to
clout
like go
chasing,
and shoot.
essentially.
It's one thing to go and kill a dude with a gun, but I don't think a lot of these kids who are part of this culture have actually seen a dead body. I think if like you're in the room with an actual dead body and you see the bloody gory bits, it would change a lot of their perspective on rapping about this type of shit.
Yeah, because it's usually once they get caught up and do something, they either have to double down. It's like, well, I did this, now I'm fucked forever, and they, you know, and they end up just becoming another washed out person, or they turn around and snitch.
I think one of the reasons why I never got too deep into like gang shit back when I was like selling was because the only times that I've had to get violent, I wasn't using a fucking gun. I was using a box cutter on a dude's fucking face, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like seeing that and doing that, I was like, yeah, this isn't for me.
For me, I'm just a better person now. I'm not on drugs. That's all I can really say. But I was kind of it didn't bother me much. It was more of like a panic, and then I get high, and then forgot about it.
Well, for my thing, it was about sending a message to not fuck with my friend, and it's one of the reasons why I can't go to a certain part. Even today, I'm a little worried about going to certain parts of New York because of all that shit that happened back in the day. But like, you know, there's some dude with a fucking like extra long smile, thanks to me.
Well, there's a lot of people in New York with that. That's kind of the thing to do. But back to
Chelsea
Irish
Grin.
drill. Boy, let's make his mouth Jewish, eh?
Yeah, that's ink. Shout out the black box. Eight-six gang. Killock, Finglas and Ballymun. Yeah. Crank that knife, see a man can't mend it. Stab him in the face with a shank, can't bend it. All of my gang got bad intentions. Hit him with a shit, man, splash him, drench him. Snap off the blade, man, grab that whap, then mash up the place. See him in public, gash up his face. Doing up working council flats, then it's back to the bando. Counting stacks, got reject, box of the finest. Man to the crop house, just like Silas. Got that switch on the mop on boiling. Man's on road, doing up mileage, a real
These guys are grown-ass dudes in the streets and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. I wonder if there's like any drill music that's specifically related to the NRA, you know, and like all that movement.
IRA,
that'd be interesting. Or IRA, yeah, Jesus.
They're gonna kill you now. All right, IRA, you can bring someone else to co-host with me since you're mad now.
Oh, chingo dis. I'm up in the fucking streets.
I'm a Quenya in your asshole, mate.
I made a bunch of fucking strippers come by and I put them in ski masks. It looks real tough.
Put your dick on the table, mate. Let's make them Jewish, yeah?
hitters. Sixes here, put O's on digits. Put that whap to his head and mock him. Boy, better pray that the shit ain't working. My gang there will grab that blaster, run a man down, turn a boy Casper. Fuck your car, man, bikes are faster. Paid in full, catch that bastard. All of my packs are wrapped in plastic. 8-6 gang, elastic bunch. My gang there, put the mask in bandit. Your gang out here claiming killings. You ain't seen whaps, you ain't done drillings. I know them saps, they ain't no villains. You wanna get dumped and slumped on the footpath. Open the door, man, I see gunman. Ski mask on, blacked out with pump pack. Anything I say in my rhymes, I done that. This is Dublin, check the statistics. Man, I get dipped out here like biscuit. Man, I hear thunder, man, I hear gun clap.
Dude has some bars though. Not gonna lie, dude knows how to fucking rap.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of sounds like your stereotypical shit. Like,
well,
you know?
it's because the flow and just the beat really ruins what like some of his fucking bars. It's like if you just took those out and just added it to a different beat, at least it wouldn't sound too drill, so no one pays attention to it.
Yeah.
Because the shit to listen to in this song is not the intelligent shit he was saying, but stab him, kill him. You didn't kill shit.
Yeah. Like going back to what you were saying about drill having like a negative effect. Like I said, I think it's just the natural progression of the representation of violence in hip hop as a whole. You know, the glamorization of it. This is just the next level. This is like, you know, the dudes dancing on the dude's grave and talking about smoking this and that, and it's just the next progression. It's celebrating the violence, and it's just a progression that's going to keep going until, I don't know, man, till fucking like rape and murder and shit might be fucking like whatever.
Yeah, I think
part of it.
It's just weird.
You know what I mean? Like the minute, I mean, we had Tyler, the creator,
and everyone
talking
started
about
doing
like
upside
raping
down crosses and calling everyone faggot.
Yeah,
and then they all
and
became
while
extra
that's,
SJW at a Trolls Remorse.
And that's the thing. Like, while that was just being edgy, like dumb kids, like how long until that progresses into like drill shit? You know, like fucking the ops is shit, broke into her house and fucked her or something. I don't know. I could see that being like a bar.
Yeah, probably. With the edgy,
it's just
with the edgy internet fucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the natural progression of it. And again, a lot of these kids and dudes rapping about this shit, like, yeah, they may kill dudes with guns or whatever, but like, it's the ones that like, I'd say the ones that are reprehensible are the ones that get up close and like violently stab someone or beat someone over the head with a bat and don't feel anything. Those are the ones that you should be concerned about, I guess.
Yeah, for me, it's I don't know. I think the UK like gangbangers really have it worse because you get stabbed. I mean, you do get shot. People do get shot at often, but it's more stabbing and cutting, just no matter what.
Well, they used like Russian bootleg guns and shit over there.
Yes, they can still get shit, but I mean, they can still get it often. It's just a matter of, you know, you're more likely to get stabbed first, then shot after next. And I'd rather not get stabbed or shot.
Like when I said, when I was younger, I was a bit of a violent. I had a bit of a violent streak. I've beaten some dudes over the head with bats before. One guy, I was gonna cut his cock off.
Cut his cock off.
He was beating a girl that I was fucking at the time, and I remember seeing a black eye. My first instinct was like, okay, I'm gonna fucking find this guy, beat him unconscious, and cut his fucking dick off. And I was dead serious at that, but thankfully I just settled for beating him over the head with a bat because, you know.
Wait till they're at an ATM, and as soon as they're starting to pull out money, just run up and crack them.
No, this was at his house. I showed up with a bat.
Edgy skull coming out here. Gangbanger skull coming out on podcast. He wouldn't do this
nothing
live.
to be proud of. It's nothing to be proud of, and the girl was no one to fight for. But I still did
Bronx would call you out. That's why you're not talking about this. And I'm just kidding.
When I had to make friends, when I had to make money. Island. Let's keep this real Irish. Yeah. 22. Aye. Yo, being from Dublin, but you don't know shit about me. I never been jail, never been OT. I'm on the seaside with my grafters beat. I got love for the boys on the seaside, cause seaside got love for me. Shots again, that's my clan, my family. being from Dublin, but you don't know shit about me. I never been jail, never been OT. I'm on the seaside with my grafters beat. I got love for the boys in the seaside, cause seaside got love for me. Shots a gate, that's my clan, my family.
I think this is one of the better Irish drill.
Yeah, they really don't sound too much different from English drill. I was kind of expecting like a bit of a different like accent, I guess.
I think it's a little bit. But man, that's fucking drill.
Yeah.
But it's just weird.
Man.
I figured Irish people can get access to guns faster than, like, you know, London people could.
NRA. I mean IRA. Jesus Christ.
Damn, dude.
Fucking saying NRA.
Take your other leg.
I ever told the story when I was young? My friends at the time, they convinced me that like GUNet was like an actual like gang, and that like if I said that shit, if I said GUNet like out in public, that like random people would just fucking stab me and shit. So I was afraid to say GUNet in like the streets and shit.
That's pretty fucking funny. That's pretty funny.
To be young and fucking dumb. I didn't know jack shit about it. I'm just like, oh man, my neighbors could be in there. I wouldn't even know. They're gonna get me if I say it.
There was a couple people in my little suburb growing up before I moved that would scream G-Unit. Like, that was their thing. And then they had their own little crew, their own little gang. And all they did was just write on marker on stop signs, like G-Unit. Or they'd post it on MySpace, because this is MySpace, like 14-year-old MySpace days. It was weird. And then there was like, what, Smoke Boys, 420 guys, and then there was Rock Nation, no, Rockefellers. There was just a whole bunch of rapper, like, oh yeah, there was Cash Money. What was it? Cash Money Thugs. There was a fake gang that went by that in my city.
Oh, did you speaking of rap and shit, did you know that Kanye West had like a TV show planned in 2007? It was like puppets.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's called Alligator Boots. There's a pilot, and you can find the theme song on YouTube. But it was like Kanye West had, it was like the Muppets, but like in the hood. And it was by Kanye West, and they did a theme song and everything. Like did one whole.
You know, the first guy to want to do puppets, the first black guy to want to do puppets, was actually Chris Rock.
Really?
Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob.
Well, I mean, we could even go to Dave Chappelle too, like that sketch.
Look at all these crackers. $70 million, I can't even get a black grip. That's a shame. It's a damn shame.
Here's your coffee, sir.
You spitting this?
I didn't spit it, sir.
Any boogers in it?
There's no boogers in it, sir.
You went to film school, didn't you? Must piss you off to see a black man running a big old production like this, huh? Went to film school. Does your daddy know that you give a nigga his coffee? It would kill him, wouldn't it?
There's no boogers in it, sir.
Then taste it. Taste it. Taste the booger flavor. I know it's in there.
It's all good, sir.
No, it ain't all good. Now clean that shit up. That's right. Get me a white boy. Get me a blonde-haired white boy so I can enjoy that shit.
You the man, sir.
No, you the man, and that's the problem.
Chaka? Yeah, hi, I'm Banky Edwards, the creator of Buntman and Chronic. We met a few weeks back. I'm the executive producer.
Oh, you the executive producer. Why don't you executive produce me a latte, decrackinated, okay, fucky?
It's Banky.
No, it is fucky.
I just wanted you to know that I respect your work as an artist. I'm something of an artist myself. I was the inker on the comic book.
Yo, man, you a tracer, okay? Nobody else got the heart to tell you. You trace, you go around the lines, you are a tracer, okay? You think Fat Albert had a tracer? No, Bill Cosby did the whole thing with a roller, and it was excellent.
Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck am I? I'm the director, Shaka Luther King, that's who the fuck I am.
No, wait a second. I thought Banky and Holden created this shit.
And I'm stealing it. I'm taking it back for the black man, to make up for all the shit that you motherfuckers have taken from us. Do you know that I came up with the idea for Sesame Street? I came up with it before PBS. The white man stole it, that's right. I was gonna call it NWP, Niggas with Puppets.
That's told you Chris Rock came up with it first.
Look up Alligator Boots though real quick. You can find the theme song on there. It sounds like graduation era Kanye. Yeah, there it is.
start the show.
Now let's start the show.
Come on, everybody, this the place to go. Now let the lights, cameras, and action roll.
Now let's go, 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 go. This is something that your eyes never seen before. Excuse me, sir. What's those shit?
Crank anchor.
Yeah, the guy who made Crank Anchors is on behind this as well.
That's awesome.
Sir, what's those shoes?
Too bad I got canceled.
You know these alligators.
It had one episode and that was it. Pilot and that was it.
Why did it get canceled?
Probably because, I don't know, people didn't want to see puppets. It's not really a popular thing. Like, I know Crank Anchors is coming back, but like, I don't
They're
know.
coming back too?
Yeah, Crank Anchors is coming back for another season or something, I heard.
Pretty fucking off.
Well, I feel like it's gonna be like, kind of, because Sarah Silverman is like a big part of it, and I'm just like, Sarah Silverman.
Why don't you like Sarah Silverman, man?
Oh, she's a kike.
Oh.
Well, she's also like an SJW piece of shit.
No.
She's not funny.
No.
So what? There's your answer.
So
it's like the three most things that like I would not want to be watching.
What's your earliest memory, like internet meme memory?
Probably Leroy Jenkins, maybe.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, because Warcraft, and then also like the game, just like saying the game. You know, you lost the game.
Oh yeah, that was mine.
Yeah.
I remember was box. No, actually, I remember. No, I can't. No, there was no specific meme before that, so I would say Boxy.
I remember Boxy, aka Shoe and Head.
Yeah, that's
pretty
the
much.
conspiracy.
Right?
That's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, fucking like God, memes have changed so fucking much too. You know, like it's evolved from just like haha funny cat to like this whole like culture. It's fascinating to me.
How so? Like, what about it now?
Well, it's become more like absurdist, you know? Back when like the memes were first coming around, you know, you had like the rainbow and like the impact font and you know,
even
like
before
shit that referenced real life.
Even back then, those memes that started out, those fonts, those templates, they were all absurdist / abstract, and then the mainstream took it and then made the actual template after that. It's like when they hit like regular social media is when it just went to like a cliche meme, and then it gets severely perverted to become a secondary abstract thing.
It's just gone way further though in the terms of the absurdity and shit to like you can literally make a deep fried meme of dude seeing E and that's it and people find it funny, you know?
Dude, I love deep fried memes, especially because Twitter did that like as their own little watermark. Watermark.
Yeah. That's how you know something's from the hood.
I've been so much lean, I've been getting stuck, I've been getting hoes, I've been doing drugs. I've been doing this, I've been doing that, I've been riding quick, I've been riding black, I've been really sick, I've been fucking bad. Hopping on my grind, let me working on the weekend. If you want this money, baby, then you know how you gon' get it. Bust that pussy open if you fuck it, I'ma beat it. If you eat that, I'ma eat it. If you ski that, I'ma ski it. Money, money, money. Honey, honey, honey. Honey, honey, honey. Honey, 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 yeah. Money ain't a power, money ain't a power. Bitch by the hour, by the hour. Rocks on rocks, racks on racks. Bitch on me, bitch on.
I always thought that was kind of funny.
You know, you think gay people will ever be fully accepted by hip hop? Because I don't think so.
No, they won't.
They're trying hard with Lil Nas X, but this ain't the way. Going like incredibly flamboyant and like putting the gayness out there is not the way.
That's just the music industry beast. That's just telling you got to do this. You came out, now you have to stay very flamboyant just so you can be the target.
I'm fascinated on what the fuck is going through like Lil Nas X's handlers, like their brain, because the guy gets popular doing a country rap song that so a lot of people get into it and like it, from the country fans to the pop fans to even some people who like hip hop, and their brainlet idea is to not only have him come out and be openly gay and isolate himself from the mainstream, like, because most people in country and hip hop aren't really about the whole gay thing, let alone the like flamboyant drag shit. But not only that, but have him make a thing of sneakers with fucking human blood in it, with like 666 and shit tied to it, and it's just like that's a galaxy brain move right there.
Like, it's so weird. Like, he's also done like really good charity work. And like, it's just weird how the media, like, well, he was told to do that, the whole shoe thing, and then the media went after him for being a Satan worshipping Illuminati guy, a gay Illuminati guy. And then Tony Hawk does blood in his skateboard, and then people are drawing like white versus black comparisons. It's like,
well, the difference is that Tony Hawk doesn't try to appeal to the country and hip hop crowd. Like, there's two crowds. Like, say what you want about hip hop. The two things that hip hop are known for, mainly because it's tied to the African American community, is masculinity and fucking Christianity. Like, those go hand in hand. There's exceptions, but that's the main consensus. Like, you get the Migos talking about how they're like offended at Lil Uzi like having an upside down cross or whatever, because they're Christian, even though they rap about fuck shit all the time. And country, obviously, masculinity, Christianity. And their fucking idea, in order to sell more units, to push this shit, is just go full 10 on, like, degenerate shit. And it's just ridiculous to think that that would have any other outcome except, you know, fucking just slowly fading into irrelevance while you make desperate attempts to be edgy or be fucking what's the word, flamboyant, I guess.
it's just shock to entertain, and it's part of a political agenda, whether Lil Nas is a part of that agenda or being used for that agenda. His career is going to like fizzle out because he can't go too far with shockness, and as society changes, like, oh my god, as things change and people move on to like the next big issue or the big trend, he's just gonna fall into like his own like cult of personality and be like that guy that's like, oh yeah,